guys! Welcome back to Calico Cow Acres, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm here with part 2 of our seed haul for the year, and this is going to be the rest of our vegetables, the tomatoes and peppers this time, and then I also have some of our more like common herbs that I'm going to be walking you through. And then next week, keep an eye out because the last part of this seed haul series, which is going to be part 3, will be up next week, and that is going to be our medicinal herbs and flowers, and that will round out the year for 2023 seeds. So this is another video where there's going to be a lot of seeds that I'm showing you. Like I said in the last one, I have 270 plus varieties that I'm growing this year. So I'm going to dive right in and try and go quickly. So first I'm going to walk through the tomatoes because that seems to be everybody's favorite. First off, we have the vintage wine tomato from M.I. Gardner, the Tiffin Mennonite tomato from M.I. Gardner, the Brandywine black tomato, the Brandywine pink tomato, the mortgage lifter. Moving into our more paste type tomatoes, we have the Federle, Galberti, San Marzano, which is very popular, good old Roma, Rio Grande, and then we have a lot of cherry tomatoes and peach, pear, small tomatoes basically are the rest of them. We have large red cherry tomato, yellow plum, Chadwick cherry, red pear, I'm probably gonna say this one wrong, Wapsipinicon peach tomato. Let's see if my Michigan weird word knowledge helps me there. We have Tess's Landrace currant tomato, which these are like super teeny tiny. We have black strawberry tomato. This is the one I was the most excited to grow last year, and I'm pretty excited to actually get to see what it produces this year since we didn't get to last year. And then lastly, I have 2 packages of the orange hat, which are teeny tiny micro tomatoes, and those are going to be grown in pots. The rest of them, other than the orange hat, will be grown in an actual garden bed, and we'll be using cattle panel trellises to support them. A lot of those are indeterminate, so we'll probably raise the cattle panels up higher. And then I do have a few that are not technically tomatoes, but we have tomatillos. So I have the purple tomatillo. I have never tried a tomatillo before, but I am excited to make salsa out of them. We have the Grande Rio Verde tomatillo, which is just a standard green tomatillo. And then we have Aunt Molly's ground cherry, which under M.I. Gardner, it's classified as a tomato, and I think they're just like in that same family. So that is all of our tomatoes. I have a mid-sized variety, I'd say. I didn't want to go too crazy. This is my first year growing like a large scale of tomatoes. So I kind of wanted to see which ones I'm gravitating towards, which ones produce well for me, all that kind of stuff. And then next year I'll probably refine that process a lot. But for now, we're just gonna try and grow a bunch. Next, I'm gonna walk you through our melons. Melons are possibly one of my favorite foods. I could eat a watermelon a day in the summer, no joke. Like sometimes, I remember back like in college, I would literally just eat like a watermelon would be my dessert, and I'd just like cut off the top of it and like dip a spoon in and start eating, and then I'd cut it more down as I got further down. Yeah, so I like melons. Sugar baby watermelon is our first one. Then we have Petite Grise de Rennes. I'm not good at pronouncing things. I think it means the little gray rind melon, but it's like a cantaloupe style. We have Leelanau Sweet Glow watermelon. The reason I picked this one out is because, one, it's supposed to be super delicious, but Leelanau is actually a city in Michigan, and that's where this was developed, so close to home. We have Hale's Best Jumbo Cantaloupe, another standard cantaloupe. And then I have a bunch of Moon and Stars watermelons. I don't know how I got this many packages of these, but I have 4 packages of these. So if anybody needs some of these and you're in Western North Carolina near Asheville, let me know. I have way too many. That's all of our melons. And with that, let's go to our summer type squashes. So I have a lot of these I got this summer out of we just went to like Home Depot and got these because we were living out of the camper and I didn't bring any of my seeds and I was really missing growing something. So I got grow bags and we just went and picked some of these up. So a lot of these are just burpee. But we have Ford Hook zucchini, standard zucchini, early prolific straight neck yellow squash, early the exact same thing in a different package. We have Ford Hook zucchini, again, the exact same thing. I got these all at different times, I think. I just forget that I have them. And then we have crookneck squash, which is just another yellow squash. We have 8-ball zucchini, which I'm pretty excited about these. I think those will be yummy for stuffing. And then lastly, we have yellow scallop. We really like zucchini and summer squash, but I feel like for the two of us, having a few plants is plenty. It's probably gonna be more than we need, so I didn't wanna go overboard with all of those seeds. However, I do have a lot of pumpkins and winter squash because, again, I could live on winter squash. So to start out, I'm gonna show you our 2 Baker Creek varieties first. We have the Jardale pumpkin and we have honey nut squash, which I think is the cutest thing. Look at those stripes. Then I have a lot from M.I. Gardner. We have Burgess Buttercup Winter Squash. Super cute. We have Waltham Butternut Winter Squash. These are all pretty much variations on butternut squash, which I love. I think I have a couple kinds of the Table King Bush Acorn Squash. I have a couple packages of these. Acorn squashes are really good for stuffing. We have Sweet Dumpling Squash. I just really love the outside of these. I think those ones are really cute. I've not tried those yet. Then we have Blue Hubbard Winter Squash, which is similar to the Jardale pumpkin, I think, but it's a little bit different color. I have 4 kinds of pumpkins. So I have a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, you know, standard pumpkin, baby bear pumpkin, which I think is super cute. I'm excited for those. I'm hoping that we get a bunch of those because I really like little pumpkins, and I think it would be so fun to just like line our driveway with pumpkins or just our front porch or something. I don't know. We have a huge driveway, a huge porch, and a lot of people drive by our house. So I think it would be pretty in the fall to have those. One thing I don't have that I would really like to get is white pumpkin seeds, or like white gourd seeds, I guess. We have Big Mac's pumpkin, which are supposed to be huge. And then my friend Laura at Hippie Billy Homestead sent me these pie pumpkin seeds. So I'm excited to try those too. Let's do peppers next. Okay, so I don't think these are organized in any way, but I'm gonna just hop right in. So we have Keystone Resistant Giant Pepper. I haven't really heard great things about this, but I already had it once I heard those, so we're gonna try it anyway. We have Coral Bell, which is like an orange bell. And we have, wait, it was King of the North that I heard didn't do well, so we'll see. We use a lot of bell peppers though, so I'm interested in learning how to preserve those this year because we've never preserved peppers and I'm not sure how we're gonna like them frozen and that kind of stuff, so we're gonna experiment a little bit this year. We have 2 packages of habanada peppers. I don't love spicy things. I've never really had much affinity for them. Taylor loves spicy stuff, but I think these will make a really great hot sauce for me, and then we can make some salsas with them too. I've never actually gotten to try a habanero because they're too spicy for me, and I'm a baby. So we got jalapenos, which again will be great to get the jalapeno flavor without too much spice. We do have jalapenos too in here. I usually can handle jalapeno peppers okay as long as they're mixed into the salsa or whatever we're eating them with, but I think it'll be good to, like, we can make popper dip with more peppers in it if we mix the jalapenos and the not jalapenos together. I have early jalapeno. We have shishito, which I've never tried, but Jess from Roots and Refuge convinced me that I need to try these this year, so we're trying them. I'm excited. We have ancho / poblano peppers. There's not really a big picture, but we love poblanos. We make a lot of soups, and I make Taylor a lot of stuffed poblanos. He really likes poblanos, so I'm hoping we get a lot of those. We have cayenne long slim. We'll save those for like crushed red pepper flakes. Taylor really loves growing his little chilies, so we have a lot of chili pepper type things. We have a really old package that I don't think is probably gonna germinate. It's from 2018. They're just the Baker Creek pepper Thai red chili. It's like a really old package, you can see. And then I also have Thai hot red peppers in this little package I got, I think, from Amazon. And then the last two we have are Buena Mulata, which are really pretty. They turn red at the end of their life, but they have a lot of pretty colors throughout the season. And then sweet banana, we have sweet banana peppers, which I recently tried this summer and I actually really like them on pizza. So we have a good mixture of peppers, a lot of hot peppers that I'll try and make into hot sauces and salsas and whatnot for this year with our tomatoes and tomatillos. This year is gonna be a lot of experimenting. I will probably end up buying, we'll see how many tomatoes I get, but I will probably end up buying like in-season tomatoes and making our standard sauces and whatnot. And then I will use the ones that we grow. Probably if we don't have enough, I will just use those for like experimenting with salsas and sauces and all that jazz. For the most part, we're gonna try and keep it simple after this year, but we need to test out what recipes we want, because we don't want to make a billion of one thing and then end up not liking it. So this is our experimental year. I am gonna go to onions next. We have a lot of random ones in here. These are all from last year. So to start off with, I have common chives. Everybody should have these. They grow through literally anything. They were growing through Michigan winter, through like a couple feet of snow. They were like popping out. I don't know how they do that, but they're amazing. I have Ishikura green onions. That one doesn't have a picture. We have American flag leeks, more chives. We have red beard bunching onions, which are really pretty. They're just like a green onion, but they're purple at the bottom. We have Nabucca evergreen bunching onions. We really like our green onions here. I like to cut them and dry them and make them into like an onion green, like a green onion powder. And then as far as our like bulbing onions for this year, we're in the South now, so we actually had to get short day onions, which I've never had to get before, and it was a little bit tricky for me to figure out what those were. I feel like there's a lot more options for long day onions. So I got Texas early grano. These ones don't have pictures. I have white grano, and then red grano. And then to go along with those mini ones, we have, I don't know how to say this, I think it's cipollini yellow. So they're like mini onions, which should be good with pastas and whatnot. That is our onions. And before I get into herbs, I'm gonna go through our little bit of a random. I have a box literally labeled random. So we have rhubarb, which is like it's Victoria rhubarb. Never grown rhubarb before, but I love rhubarb. We have green globe artichoke. I'm gonna try and perennialize those here. I don't think they would have survived this winter, but apparently it doesn't usually get that cold, so we'll see. I have loofahs and more loofahs. I have some from Seed Geeks, some from Laura. I have Amsterdam celery. I don't know what to group these with. What do you group these with? Because I have them in my random pile, but I feel like they could go with like greens or something. I don't know. It's like a weird thing. I have Virginia peanuts. Never grown peanuts. I figured it would be fun to try. We have red burgundy okra. I have never tried okra. I'm a little bit nervous too because I'm like a really big texture person. It gets to me really easily and I've heard it's slimy, so I'm probably gonna gag if I try it. But I live in the South now and I feel like I have to try it. And also, I mainly got these so that I can put them in bouquets because they're really pretty and I think they'll look nice in a bouquet. I have pink plume celery, which I think is just like a smaller, skinnier type of celery. Obviously it's pink. Utah tall celery. I don't know why these are in here. We have a bunch of wheatgrass seeds for the cats. Some seeds that got accidentally sent to me on Etsy. Like I got the wrong order a while ago and I don't know what to do with them because they're grasses and I don't want to just like plant them and then have them invade all of our property. but they're like tortoise blends. So if you have any idea what to do with these, or if like my chickens would like them maybe, it's like Russian forage mix, broadleaf tortoise blend, and African grasses tortoise forage blend. I don't know, maybe the chickens will like them. I haven't had a use for them thus far. We have birdhouse gourds. Excited to try those. We have so many birds on our property. Chia, just plain old chia. And then we have a cornucopia gourd mix, which I am very, very excited for that. I have all of our more like common herbs to show you this time. I have boatloads and boatloads of cilantro, all different varieties. These ones just say cilantro. These ones say slow bolt cilantro. These ones all just say cilantro. We really love cilantro, guys. I know some people hate it, but we absolutely love it. I have dark green flatleaf parsley, mammoth dill. I have bouquet dill, another bouquet dill, another dark green flatleaf parsley, and then lastly we have moss curled parsley in this box. Those are our like super common herbs. And then we have another box of slightly less common ones. Obviously rosemary and thyme. We have both of those. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce this correctly, but it's like Grossfruchtiger fennel. I know I said that wrong. Please don't correct me. Culantro, which is super good in pho. Caraway, cumin, which is super pretty. And then a bunch of broadleaf sage. Really love sage. A bunch of basil. This is the last one for this video. So firstly, we have lettuce leaf basil, which is supposed to be huge. I am excited to try some of the basil tea that Roots and Refuge Jess was making this past summer. And we have lots of Thai basils. So we have dark opal, which is a Thai basil. We have Thai basil. We have Siam Queen, which is another Thai basil. And we have holy basil, which is also called tulsi. We have spicy globe basil, which I think these are like little tiny like bulbs of it, like little bushes. We have regular old Genovese basil, Genovese, I don't know how you're supposed to say it. And then another one of those from Burpee. And then I have from Etsy, lime basil. These ones don't have pictures. Cinnamon basil, another cinnamon basil. And lastly, my friend Megan on Instagram sent me blue spice basil, which I have never seen or smelled before. So I'm very, very excited to grow this. Thank you, Megan. And that is gonna be it for today. The rest of them are more medicinal type herbs, less culinary, even though some of them are gonna be culinary. It's like a crossover because some herbs are flowers, you know, it's up to you which category you put them in. But I didn't want this video to get too super long, so we're sticking with these ones today. The next one will be our flowers and our medicinal herbs, and then like the combination of those two a little bit. I think I have about the same amount as today. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week for part 3. I hope you enjoyed walking through our seed haul for today, and I'm excited to show you guys how all of these things grow for us throughout this year. Let me know down below what you're most excited to grow this year, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.